Cool, man.
Sick. So am I looking into the camera when I talk?
So just look at me.
So have a conversation with you?
This way.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Just don't lean too much.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so first, who are you?
I'm Kerser. I'm Kerser. From the southwest of Sydney, I hail. Known Forte a long time. Oh wait, I'll start again.
That's right.
I'm Kerser from the southwest of Sydney. I was born and raised there. Recently moved down the coast. I'm a well-known Australian rapper. One of the biggest in the country. And yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So let's start with when did you first hear about Forte?
I've first heard about Forte, not met, first heard about him from the street, from the word of mouth, bro. From, there were mixtapes in our area, like he had, I don't know how these kids got him, Forte had his hustle on back then, man. This is before my mixtape came out. Mine was 2008, so this must have been 2006 or something. His mixtapes were in the streets of Campbelltown. Kids pumping, like not kids, teenagers pumping him in the car, adults pumping him. I'm like, and I was rapping myself. I'm like, Forte, who is he? And I got his mixtape, and I was a fan before a friend. Like I was a fan of Forte before I was a friend with him. So that's pretty crazy. But that's how I heard of him, bro. Just like strictly through the street. That's yeah.
That's dope. So you met him here, right? When was it? And which occasion?
I'm at Forte, which is Electric Sun Studios in Blacktown. He was recording here with an engineer and I was working with another engineer, so we're in separate booths. And yeah, he was out the front and I went out the front. We fucking got along straight away, man. Like, I had a chat and I told him I'd heard of him, I'm a fan of his shit. And then he come and sussed my shit, and yeah, I let him know, like, I heard of you through the streets, blah blah. And fucking, of course, Forts had the weed on him. He had a joint in his top pocket. I remember first time I met him, he had a joint here. We're like, do you have any weed? He's like, yeah, and he had a joint in his pocket, pulled out the weed and got blazed. And that would have been 2009 or 10, I'd say, roughly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, ages ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Could have been earlier, could have been 2008, but I think 2009.
alright. So, were you working on any, do you remember the album that you were working on, or which projects?
Yeah, I was working, okay, when I met Forts, I was working on my first mixtape, Straight Out the Gutter. And it was, yeah, I had 20 tracks on it or something. I think Forte was working on Fortified, his first album. And I got to, this is what I'm saying, like how I was a fan before a friend. Like I was excited when he's like, come in the booth, I'll show you some shit. And he showed me some shit before like other people could hear it. So I felt like, fucking no, if you showed me some, you know what I mean? It's like an artist you look up to showing you some of his new stuff. So
Shit.
yeah, and I was vibing to it, and yeah. And then
I tell you, I'm not from Australia, so
yeah.
I don't have like a lot of people that are like, yeah, I know Cursa, I know Forte.
I get ya. I get ya.
I don't know shit, bro.
I get ya, bro.
Being honest.
Yeah, yeah, no.
It's cool.
It's sweet.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, doing this documentary, I'm like putting together all the bits. So.
Yeah. You'd have to.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. So, what about? So you worked on quite a few tracks with Forte.
So after he done the Fortified album, yeah, he had a delayed release on it or something. But yeah, it was a fucking crazy album. I really got into that. And then we did our first song. Yeah, that's how long we've known each other. It's hard to remember. But Forte had a studio at St Mary's in Penrith. And I used to always go out there. That wouldn't have been the first song we'd done together, but I used to always go out there and it was a mad setup, good sound. He had a good engineer. We'd just smoke up and write tracks, and that's how the first Come Smoke With Me, which is like, there's 4 of them now, Come Smoke With Me, they took off heaps popular. That came about by us sitting in that studio at Forte's studio, and he was going through beats, and he was like, what one do you want to jump on? By this time I'd known him for 2 or 3 years, 4 years maybe longer. We're good mates by this time.
So who came up with Come Smoke With Me?
Okay, well, Forte is going through the beats, and then I heard the beat for Come Smoke With Me, like the first one. I'm like, fuck, this is sick. Do you have anything to this? And he's like, yeah, I got something, and it was fucking about weed. These verses about weed, and then I'm like, I'm just going to go off the back of that and come in with my shit was about weed. And then fucking me and Fort's done it, and Fort's like, oh, Redback's getting on the track. It's another rapper from West Syd. I'm like, sweet. He wasn't there at the time, but he done his a few weeks later or whatever. But yeah, shouted him out. But me and Fort's done it that day, sitting there stoned. Like, it wasn't planned, like, oh, we'll do a song called Come Smoke With Me and then we'll do a number 2 or anything like that. It was fucking pretty cool how it happened, man. It just took off, like, yeah, what?
Took off, and now it's like...
And now it's like everyone's waiting on the next one.
Like the handspam.
Yeah, bro, yeah. Full took off, so that's how that came about, bro. We'll just chill and vibe, and it's fucking mad.
Yeah, that's good.
Just natural energy created a classic, really.
Yeah, and Forte told me that probably his biggest like tours, shows, he was with you.
Yeah.
So tell me about these tours, the traveling.
Alright, so Fort's first came on tour with me. Well, we toured. He came on my Nebulizer tour. That was the first one. We had some fucking... I had a fucking shanky manager at the time, like a dodgy cunt. Fucking everyone was warning me at the time, including Forts, but man, was so happy to be in a state. Fucking most of us hadn't have even left New South Wales. So like, my album come out and like, Forts come along into Melbourne. Fucking, and we just spun out because we got to Melbourne and they were like, we're spinning out because we're in another state together. Like, whoa, like, fuck, it's different for us. I know it sounds weird, but we're spinning out because we're in another state. Then we rocked to a show. It was fucking crowd there, you know what I mean? We're like, what? We got a crowd in Melbourne, fucking, yeah. So that
like...
Nebulizer, that came out 2011. So the tour would have been, yeah, 2011-ish. Yeah. That was the first one, right? So that Forte was fucking pretty sensible, that one. He didn't really get on it that hard. Then the No Rest for the Sickest, my next album tour, we went on that, and fuck man, there's some stories there with Forte. We fucking really partied that tour. Fucking Forte, when he's on tour, a warning to anyone that goes on tour with Forte, he fucking gets fart bombs, man, eh? If you're in your room sleeping, he'll fucking squeeze the fart bombs, throw them under your door. If you're in the shower, you squeeze them, throw them under the door, and fucking your whole room would stink. And like, oh man, he used to fucking kill us with these fucking fart bombs, and if it wasn't fart bombs, he had another plan. So we done those tours, bro, and fucking, so the first one was a Nebulizer tour, as I said. That started fucking, maybe I had 150, 200 people there, which was huge to us, especially in a state. That was Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, Brisbane, like we're pulling crowds. And then my next album come out, we went, and that was just fucking, that was when I really thought, fuck, I've made it, 'cause massive crowds. And fucking, yeah, we just fucking went partying, bro. We were loving life. Forts was fucking, and Forts through this whole time was dropping hectic music too, so it just fucking worked perfect. So we went and done the No Rest tour, and oh man, there's some stories there. No Rest, Forts was he was in a hotel room, and there was this other fucking manager there at the time, another older rapper. I won't say his name, and fucking Forts has come back about fucking 3 in the morning. This manager's in the room with some bitch or something. Forts has come in fucking drunk with his beer, throwing his beer everywhere, interrupted whatever fucking old mate was doing. Yeah, oh man, we had some fucking classic times, eh? They're probably, yeah, they're some of the best memories of my life, man, some of those tours in the early days. Just because we're getting used to like playing in front of crowds and partying, and I was with me mates. So it was fucking sick.
That's a dream.
It was a dream, man, and we all fucking did it at the same time type thing. Like.
So the Nebulizer tour was your first tour?
That was my first tour, bro, interstate. First tour, I was like, and we didn't even know how it was going to go, man. I just hit Forts like, come along with me. And then he was keen. We didn't know what to. Yeah, we pulled crowds, man, and fucking, yeah, crazy, man. We fucking broke the mould, and as I said, it was like some of our first times interstate. So it was fucking, to go interstate was mad, catch a plane with mates, get on it, and then to go rock a show and have people in the crowd there for the first time.
That know you from another.
That know us, and fucking I'm with, and Forte is fucking going on before me, and that's fucking someone I looked up to coming up. I was a fan of him, you know what I mean, man? It was like, fucking, yeah, dream come true, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. So Forte asked me to ask you, how was it like dealing with promoters?
Fuck, we had some fucking experience with promoters, man. I remember once so Forte, there was one stage, so my old manager, the one who I called dodgy before, so my old manager I had in 2010, 11, me and Forte drove up there, fucking thought we'd break it to him nicely. So he'd come for lunch, blah blah, broke the news, look, you're not the manager anymore. We had fucking a million reasons why, and he couldn't complain, like he'd fucked up too much. So we got rid of him, and then Forts was kind of like hooking me up with gigs, like doing some management work for me, man, and he got me supports for the Bone Thugs show. The guy promised a certain amount of money on the night. He didn't come through with the money, and like I was like to Forts, fuck, I haven't got paid, bro. And Forts was like, yeah, like, because obviously Forts is getting the cut, he lined up too. He's like, I'll fucking see what's going on. And without getting Forts in too much shit, he pretty much fucking kidnapped this fucking promoter, took him back to the hotel room, fucking wouldn't let him leave the room until fucking he made the phone calls and fucking organised to get the money to us. And sure enough, I got paid, and fucking Forte got paid, and yeah, he handled business there, bro. That was fucking funny. See, that shit's just as funny as the party and stuff to me, man. That was fucking just the way it all unfolded. It was fucking classic.
Yeah, that's dope. And what about like backstage? How was the vibe like?
Backstage, early on, man, because we were pretty fucking reckless early on, because we were in a state and we were partying. Now we treat it like a business and we behave, but early days we're in a state and we're partying, kind of like fucking let everyone backstage, fuck it, which caused dramas, man, because then arguments happen, fights happen, you get banned from venues, shit like that. One incident, a fucking sound guy got bashed at one of my shows at fucking Thingo. There were fucking 40 people backstage. There's 300, 400 people in the crowd. This is a few years ago. 40 people backstage, a sound guy got bashed, and then there's fucking headlines, Cursa bashes sound guy. I fucking didn't lay a hand on him, you know what I mean? So they were pretty reckless, man. We were pretty reckless in the early days, but yeah, there's so many good times, bro. There's so much shit running through my head that, yeah.
So, what about? Let's talk about like funny stories. JD Airport. What happened there?
Alright, man. My fucking point of view. Forte's throwing me under the bus if he's lined this camera up. Forte's throwing me under the bus if he's lined this question up. So we're at the airport in Queensland and we're there with JD and JD's going, I'll go get a beer. And we're like, you're going to miss your fucking flight, man. JD loves a fucking beer. Loves it. We're like, you're going to miss your flight, you're going to miss your flight. We fucking waited, our flight's getting called and there weren't many flights, so we went up to the people at the gate and they're like, you got to get on, you got to get on. We're like, can you call JD's name out? So we gave him his name, they're calling him. And then somehow fart bombs got in JD's bag and exploded in his bag all over his clothes, which he just fucking apparently threw straight in the bin. Me and Forte got on the plane because we thought, fuck, there's no other way. And we were fucking off our head, been partying. And I just remember the plane taking off and then I've looked at Forte and said, fuck, did we really leave him there? We're fucking high in the sky on the plane and yeah, fucking he's left there and there's fart bombs in his bag. We land and fucking get some unhappy messages from JD, man. You fucking cunts. I know it was you that put the fart bombs in my bag. It's fucking Forte. I'm sure Forte will say it was me, but it was Forte.
So that's his signature, the fart bombs, eh?
Yeah, that was his signature to fuck you up on tour, was the fart bombs. And the same rapper I was talking about before, the older tour manager, he come along and he was from Melbourne, he didn't know what a fart bomb was. So fucking, of course, I get the room with him, with this tour manager. These fucking, we've been there 10 minutes in the room, man. These three things have come under the door. Boom, boom, boom. And you squeeze a fart bomb, throw it under, and then it inflates. I've heard pop, pop, pop. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Covered me nose up, right? And this guy goes, what are they? And he's looking at me, and I go, what are they? Fucking, I'm getting out of here. And I'm running out of there. We've waited like 5 minutes, not even, man, like 30 seconds, however long the fart bomb took to smell, and then he's come running out, what the fuck's that smell? Fucking, boom, I said to Forte, oh bro, I'm fucking staying in your room, man, you've stunk that room out, man. Fuck. And another story I remember was, me and JD got forts once, bro. He was on a plane, but he was a few rows in front of us, and me and JD were here, we were coming back from Perth. And he fucked his leg up on stage, Forte did. He'd come up to do a song for our set, a collab me and him done, and as we were jumping, the stage was that wet from water we were throwing. I've kind of jumped on his, because I get hyped on stage, jumped on his back, but fucking we fell awkwardly and he fucking almost broke his leg. So he was in a wheelchair at the airport. We got on the plane and on the way back, like it would have looked like he was injured on the plane, but you wouldn't have known what. So we've called the flight attendant over and me and JD have said to the flight attendant, our mate at seat, whatever it was, 24B, he's a bit embarrassed to tell you, but he's got really bad piles and hemorrhoids. He's really uncomfortable. Is there any chance you can take him a cushion? Right? So we didn't think they'd do it, and I'm holding in laughter. JD's explaining it. I'm going, oh, the lady's walked to the back, the flight attendant, she's got a cushion, and she's taking it up to him and going, here you go, mate. And he's looked back, no, I don't need a cushion. And oh man, I was in hysterics. So was JD. And then Forte would have fucking thought of a master plan to get us back a week later or something, you know. Yeah, that's another funny story I remember, man. He was injured with a sore leg. He would have been spewing. It was fun times.
So, let's talk about...
And I also seen, before I went on tour, man, I seen Forte live. Like I was going to hip hop shows, not rapping. I was going as a fucking, to suss like what's going on in the scene. I was never into Aussie hip hop. I couldn't really relate to any Aussie hip hop. That's why I was a fan of Forte. I heard his shit. He's from West Sydney, I'm from South West. It's like fucking pretty much the same thing. I heard Forte's shit. I was like, fuck yeah. He's fucking talking that shit I want to hear an Aussie talk about. So I'd go to some bills he was on and just watch from the crowd, and yeah. I was going to his shows before fucking before he knew who I was, you know what I mean? And then fucking years later he was coming on tour with me. So it worked out, man.
Does he still support you, like, for a tour?
Here and there. Now, Forte's more like established with his at-large production these days, and he's got artists under him, so he's kind of doing his own shows. But I'm sure we're gonna do more shows together in the future, you know what I mean? But at the moment he's doing his shows and I'm doing mine, but yeah, we'll definitely be doing more shows.
What's the name of the album that's coming out, bro?
Haven't named it yet.
Nah,
I haven't named it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit through all the songs at the end, and then.
This is not in the documentary.
Yeah, song with Future and Young Buck coming out.
Fuck, that's fucking dope.
That's crazy, eh?
Like fuck.
That's not for the documentary, but yeah.
Fuck,
But yeah,
man.
crazy, eh?
You're the first one, like Australian.
Yeah, to get Future.
Future, bro.
Yeah,
Like fuck.
Madverse too. So.
That's dope. Is it gonna be in the album or it's?
Nah, it's coming out through. I'm releasing it as a single.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe that's like the door to go international.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah, man. That's dope. So, what's Roberta Williams?
Okay, so around after the Nebulizer tour and after the No Rest tour, we done the Do the Curse tour. We done a fucking lot of tours, man. And so after them, me and Forte went down Melbourne, and I had long story short, Forte knew someone who knew Roberta Williams, who's a good friend of ours now, who knew Roberta Williams. She was still does make candles and stuff like that. Linked us up with her and we went down there. We went down, she came to one of my shows, we made friends with her. And anyway, after all the shows, me and Forte flew down, caught up with Roberta and her partner Rob and her kids and that. Forte did a fortnightly report with Roberta. It was fucking pretty interesting. It never got released, but yeah, there was some pretty interesting questions and that about it. And she's a pretty well-known lady, you know what I mean, like in the country. And they made a fucking TV series on her family, pretty much. Portrayed her the wrong way, but yeah, we made good friends with them, man. And Forte's done the fortnightly, and yeah, we fucking partied down there too. Been a lot of partying with Forte, man. A lot of partying.
So you've been recording like basically all your tracks in this studio since then?
No, so it's funny, bro. So I started here, and then I went, and so I started here, and I had a friend, another producer who lived around the corner of where I was living at the time in Campbelltown. So I did my first 4 albums with him. And he had a good setup, got mad sound, and he was a producer as well, so he was making the beats and doing the mixing as well from his garage. But we're getting a fucking mad sound and mad reaction from it all. That's what like the tours we were going on from the back of these songs, you know what I mean? That was creating the buzz. So, and then 4 albums in, I thought it was time for a switch up, you know what I mean? I didn't want to do 10 albums with the same producer the whole time. I had my reasons for going, he had his reasons, whatever. And then I came back here, and it was like Forte was still recording here the whole time, and you know, but in between the time I was still recording with Matey in Campbelltown, me and Forte were good mates by then because we were touring. And yeah, it's just funny how, yeah, I started off as a fan. I remember, man, I was walking down Ingleburn, a street in Ingleburn, and there was a car fucking pumping his shit, and they're like, we're going out, we're gonna fucking hit some safes, we're going for bullets. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that, I want to know the music, man. I go, who are you listening to? And they're like, oh, it's this Forte lad, you know. They had the Forte mixtape, and then he dropped one a few years, he had Forte 2148, I think they had that, and then a few years later, he cunts around Campbelltown had him and Hubbard's mixtape. Him and Ed Hubbard done a mixtape, and that was like floating around. And these were hard copies. This was like before cunts had shit on their phones, really. Like, they were hard copies, man. So Forte's like full been a street hustler since I've known him. He's been a street hustler, man. Like with his music, just he knew how to get it out. Yeah, any way possible. Yeah, man.
So yeah, because a big part of the of the documentary probably is gonna be on Come Smoke With Me.
Okay.
So maybe we can talk about a bit more.
Yeah, there's heaps to talk. So number one I spoke on, so I'll go to number two.
Yeah.
Come Smoke Me Too. Forte's got a hook up with Snoop and Daz and Corrupt. So we thought Forte come up with the idea, let's throw them on Come Smoke Me. They fucking smoke heaps of weed. They fucking, and I was like, fuck yeah, that fucking sounds perfect to me. And we got another rapper from southwest of Sydney, Squeeze, on the track. And fans were in demand of, because Come Smoke Me 1 was such a fucking, everyone must have been smoking to it, man, eh? So they were in demand of another one. So this time we dropped it with Doesn't Corrupt from Dog Pound. There's a fucking another hit. There's a classic as well. And then we let that play its toll, and then by that time fans were screaming for number 3.
So it must have been exciting work with fucking Corrupt, like.
Bro, that was, yeah, it was crazy. Forts hooked that up, but in the studio with them they laid their verses, Doesn't Corrupt did, and like fucking I grew up like from, you know what I mean, primary school, it was Doesn't Corrupt, so I'm watching them in the booth on a track that, you know, me and Forts are about to jump on, laying their verse, talking to each other about, no, we should do, they were talking like, no, we should do this, you know what I mean, and it's like, fuck, I was from primary school watching you guys, man, so that was pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, the founder of the hip hop, like.
Yeah, like the original generation, man, and they fucking laid crazy verses. Then we laid our verses, got footage of them for the film clip. We done the film clip.
Yeah, we have a lot of cover. We have like behind the scenes. He has
awesome.
Many, like, clips from back in the
awesome, sick. Yeah, so that's how number 2 come about. And then number 3, and Defiant, who's another rapper from West Sydney, also a producer as well, crazy producer. He produced all three of them actually, all 4. So we
go into his place after this.
Oh yeah, cool. So Defiant jumped on the track as he was producing them. So he jumped on this track. We just fucking recorded the track, and then for the film clip we sat in a, man, honestly, I can honestly say this without a tad of a lie, it was the most stoned I've ever been in my life. Come Smoke Me free film clip. We sat in like a room, a garage sized room, and it was all blocked off so no light could get in or anything, and there were that many bongs, that many joints, that much shit. Yeah, I rang Forte the next day like, man, I don't know how that film clip's gonna come out, you got me too stoned, fucking, you sabotaged me, and he was laughing his head off. And then the film clip come out sick, man, and fucking watch that back heaps, fucking. What year would that have been? That was when we first started coming here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you put your first mixtape out?
2008.
Mixtape might have just about
been I think it was out. Just, yeah. Yeah, so I remember at this same studio too, when I first met Forte, we, the room upstairs, would get off our head, be drinking after the recording session. Be drinking off our head. Oh, during the recording session, who am I kidding? We're fucking drinking, getting off our head. But after it, we went upstairs one night. Oh, we'd do it all the time, but this certain time, man, we fucking back and forth freestyles. And yeah, I've recently seen the footage, man. We look so young, but back and forth freestyles. We freestyled legitimately for 3 or 4 hours, man. That's how much we love this shit. Like, we just fucking didn't stop. Me, Forte, and Too Furious was there too. And we just kept freestyling, putting on a different beat, looping the beats, and just, it's like 3 or 4 hour fucking freestyle session, man. It was crazy, man. Like, I wish the whole thing was filmed, because that's like a part of Aussie hip hop history. Yeah, that shit there. Yeah. And that like shit like those experiences fucking made us fucking like grow a mad bond with each other, you know what I mean? Like, that was like, who's going to kick around and freestyle with you for 3 or 4 hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you really give your best when you do freestyle when you are with your mates.
100%, man. Especially when fucking Forte drops a crazy freestyle and you know your turn's next and you're like, fuck, what am I going to come in with? And then, oh, come in with something. And yeah, bro. But yeah, that freestyle, this one particular one I remember went for about 3 hours, 4 hours, 3.5.
That's what we have in the video, yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool, bro.
So yeah, that's about it, bro.
Yeah.
That's about all the stories I can remember.
So you're gonna go back down?